Welcome to your cathedral. I'm Father Greg Sakowicz. First of all, you are noticing Christmas trees in the background. Yet we are now into ordinary time, this week in the second Sunday in ordinary time. This was pre-taped during the Christmas season, so please understand that's how it is. Special thanks to Mark Teresi and David Jonas. Again, wonderful job with music, again and again and again. I can't thank you enough, Mark, and to David. Special thanks again to our producer, Father Mark Smolka, who does such a marvelous job, B-roll, the whole thing, puts together a beautiful package. So, Father Mark, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Charlie goes on vacation down to Florida, leaves back home his brother Joe and Mom. So Charlie's down in Florida for a couple of days, calls back to the house and says, hey Joe, how's my cat? And Joe says, your cat's dead. And Charlie says, Joe, you're so cruel. You could have said something like, the cat's not feeling well. Call back in a couple of days. You could say the cat's on the roof and not doing so good. Call back in a couple more days and say, my deepest sympathy. Charlie, your cat quietly died in the night. And Joe said, you're right. You're right, Charlie. I'm a very cruel, heartless man. It'll never happen again. They hang up the phone. About a week goes by. And Charlie gives the house a call and says, hey, Joe, how's Mom? And Joe says, Mom's on the roof and she won't come down. I got Father Mark to laugh on that one. He's still laughing. I'm impressed. That is a good joke. Today's three readings, the second Sunday in Ordinary Time, present three acts to a stage play. The play is called Our Life. What is the play about? It focuses on our search for life's deepest meaning and purpose, our search to make life somehow connect with the mystery of God, and hoping when the last chapter of our life has been written, we can look back and say, at times it was a bumpy road in life, but yes, the ride was worth it and meaningful because I never gave up, and with God's help, my life made a big difference for others as I lived. Act 1 of this three-act stage play. Samuel says to the Lord in the first reading, speak, Lord, your servant is listening. Samuel says this only after much soul-searching, listening, and playing hide-and-seek with the Lord. The key for Samuel, and a lesson for all of us, he listened to God. He listened to God. He listened to life at its very deepest level. He never gave up. A little boy once said, my daddy and I had words this morning, but I didn't get to use mine. Think about that. Some years ago, a woman convinced that most people at social gatherings don't listen decided to test her theory. Engaging in small talk at a party, she said very cheerfully to another person, by the way, just before leaving home this evening, I shot my husband. Oh, really, came the reply. How nice. The problem with listening is that we're sometimes so busy talking, worried what I may say, I may forget, that we're not even really listening. Because we're worried that I might forget what I'm about to say. I'd like to relate a very funny but true story. 15, 20 years ago, while visiting the residents of a nursing home, I observed two elderly men arguing. However, Joe was doing all the talking, and Mike was not able to get one word in edgewise. Every time Mike was about to speak, Joe would continue talking, arguing. Finally, after about 10 minutes, Joe finally cooled down and stopped talking. As Mike was about to open his mouth for the first time, Joe reached for his ear, turned off his hearing aid, and just smiled at Mike. I think this may relate to sometimes our own life. Are we sometimes so busy talking, worried about my own agenda, what I'm about to say, I might be thoughtless of others, or maybe not listening to the Lord in prayer, speaking to my heart because I'm so busy talking to God. Prayer is both talking and listening to God. Please remember this. God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth. We should listen twice as much as we speak. Act 2. Jesus in today's gospel asks Andrew and all of us, what are you looking for? What are you looking for? What are we looking for in life? What are we finding? Is our main goal in life status, power, recognition, wealth? All this is fleeting. It can be nice, but it's very shallow, a turning inward instead of reaching outward to others. Did you ever stop and think that the word life, L-I-F-E, contains smack in the middle of the word life is the word if, right in the word life. Life doesn't possess many answers, but the journey can raise lots of questions. And with the word life, if in the middle means we're not in control. We think we're in control, we're not in control. God is in control. Helen Keller once wrote, I have 4 things to learn in life. Number 1, to think clearly without hurry or confusion. Secondly, to love everybody sincerely. Thirdly, to act in everything with the highest of motives. And finally, to trust in God without hesitation. Act 3. The key and climax of the stage play, Andrew and the other disciples asked Jesus, where do you stay? Jesus, where do you stay? And Jesus answers Andrew and all of us, come and you will see. Come and you will see. What a risk. Where might the Lord be taking me, leading me? What is the Lord asking of me? It's scary not to be in control or in charge. Yet think about this for a moment. No one who ever met Jesus Christ was the poorer for it. No one who ever met Jesus Christ was the poorer for it. Jesus offered hope to those who were down and out. Jesus forgave sins when some of those very same people could not forgive themselves. Jesus loved passionately and with compassion all people, especially the poor. Jesus healed people physically and spiritually. In one way or another, people came away better persons for having encountered and been touched by Jesus Christ. Now the same holds true for all of us. The Lord loves each one of us, walks with us, wants to be our friend, forgives us. Sometimes we have to be able to forgive ourselves. And Jesus wants to be present in all the ups and downs of our life. And what a time like this, COVID-19, still battling, still raging. Many people I know have lost loved ones. God is with us, and God is with us in the ups and downs of life. In turn, Lord, teach us that as we live the chapters of our lives, as the chapters of our life unfold, we are open with open hands to the needy. We are your voice to those who have lost hope. We are your heart to be Christ to all we meet. So 3 acts of this play we call life. Act 1, speak, Lord, your servant is listening. Act 2, what are you looking for? Act 3, come and you will see. As I grow older, what other people think of me is becoming less and less important. What people think of Jesus because of me is becoming more and more important. As I grow older, what other people think of me is becoming less and less important. What people think of Jesus because of me is becoming more and more important. May God bless all of you. Stay healthy. Amen.